like I tell you. Okay, let's go. What's up, everybody? We are going
Uh,
live right now for the new Beatcast special tips and tricks. We have two incredible koala tamer, Telly and Lugo. What's up? What's up, my
What's
man?
up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
what's
It's
up? How you guys
such a
doing?
pleasure to have host with me because you are two producer are very active on the koala community, and as you will see, the program is tips and tricks. And for example, Lugo, you have a YouTube channel where you share a lot of video, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to stay consistent, but I'm only doing what I think people need to know and what has already hasn't been covered. You know, so any of the split screen stuff I like to do because a lot of people aren't focusing on the split screen stuff. So
Okay, it's great. And you, Telly, I have a lot of questions to ask you because you're really a good producer and you make a lot of on your beat. You make a bass really louder, and I have to ask you. Not now, huh? Not now, but
Yeah,
in
thank
some
you.
minutes, if you can ask, then tell us your secret. Okay, we
Give
need
out
to
the
know your
secrets of the
secret.
base.
I don't know. Not all. We it need to be to stay a secret. Okay,
Yeah, some of
yeah,
them. Got to keep
some kind of
some of
yeah.
the jewels.
How to make your salsa? Okay, we need to know. And Lugo want too, huh? Really? No,
Uh,
yeah,
Lugo,
yeah.
it's really good. Um, you. What do you think, Lugo, about the update, the samurai?
oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's everything I wanted. There's a couple of little things but for the most part, it's the best way to chop samples that I've seen in any other device ever. He nailed it. He nailed it. Um, this time stretch sounds amazing. I luckily or strangely got an early version of the update, and the stretch feature sounded like poo poo. It sounded terrible, and so I shot Merrick a couple of messages and saying like, "Hey, when's this going to hit iPad? When And he's like, "Well, I don't know how you got it, but you got an early version of this update. It's not ready. As you can tell, the time stretch doesn't work." And I'm like, "It doesn't. It's really bad." But I mean, I just love it. In fact, I kind of want to call in sick to work one of these days just so I can spend a full day
Oh
working on
man.
koala. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wants and needs.
Yeah, I wasn't remember, and we are three beta tester. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, my man. I'm really happy for the community, no, for all the people, no, for the and what about the name Samurai? I love the name of Samurai, no, the katana thing, no, the really the chop the chop thing, no. I really love it. No, it's really a catchy name. I love that. And you for me, for example, the piano roll that
Hmm.
it's not really the piano roll. No, it's really the for the sequences, no, to make better sequences. Um, you can now copy and paste and
Yeah.
change the sequences. No, is no Telly
Yeah.
is
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, honestly, I was like, I was with Marek on that one. I was kind of like against it too because I kind of like the simplicity of it. But honestly, I underestimated how much I was going to use it, and like, I like it a lot. Honestly, it's easy to just go back and like correct stuff is really the best thing. I
Yeah.
like being able any like little tiny if I do like a little miss note or something or not really for my drums a lot, but for the samples and stuff, and even like yeah, it's good for editing for sure. I don't know. I like it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it.
Yeah, you as a machine user, no,
Yeah,
is really like this, no. You make your finger
yeah, it's pretty
drumming, you
similar.
make all your stuff, but you can change, like the
Yeah.
dog thing, no, on
Yeah, and
machine,
I
no.
keep it on. I don't keep it on the snap. I keep it on the free most of the time because you know that way you could just kind of like freely put it wherever you want and still kind of keep that somewhat of a human type of feel. But you know,
Yeah, for example, in
yeah,
my case, the snare, no, to make the little delay on the snare, no, between the
Yeah.
clap and the snare,
yeah,
and to make this swing, no, like jazz, no, like no, like reggae,
exactly. No, 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 yeah.
the swing, is really, for me.
And
It
then
was really hard, Yeah,
the fact that you can like select and like lasso a
yeah,
bunch of different ones, like I didn't even think
Hmm.
we were gonna be able to do that, and like the legato, all these things. I haven't really played with them too much,
Yeah.
but I'm excited about it.
yeah. For me, for the double snare is really
Hmm.
incredible.
Yeah.
Lugo too, no, because you send me a beat with
Yeah.
like dub, no, dub. I don't know if it's dub, but it's really a bit like more reggae, no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
dope.
And it's just something. It's just something that all the sounds fit together, and so it ended
Hmm.
up being a little bit more dub than I wanted it to be. Cool. 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 I'm all about that. Um, but that was an early version of the piano roll, right? So you couldn't do the whole lasso notes and copy and paste. What you
Hmm.
could do, and what I was doing, was you could quantize and you could go free on that. And
Hmm.
what I did a lot with that particular one was there was a reggae snare roll in the very beginning that I of a song that I sampled and I used it multiple times, but it was out of time with the rest of the song. So I had to use the free, and I had to just notch it a little bit over here, notch it a little over there, just to get it perfectly in time. I love the ability that you can do that now.
Yeah.
Because before I would have to just re-record. Boom, it sounds great. Okay, save that. Copy and paste, save that. But what I've been using the piano roll for these days is I'll resample. So I'll do everything with no quantize, resample the loop, throw that on another pad, and then just double tap, double tap the sequence, and then just add it in the very first bar. And then so
Hmm.
that, and then I'll go about creating another sequence, and then resample that, and then double tap and put that in the first bar. So it's like it's kind of this really circular type of workflow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a fan of piano rolls, anyways. I remember when I was using Ableton, I hated tacking in little notes, and it still makes me mad. It just that's not how music works for me. But if
yeah,
people, but you know what? I think the piano roll will really help with Android users because of that latency built into Android.
Yeah.
There's really no way around it other than to use a sequencer. So I don't know
yeah, for
whether
sure.
Merrick intended that or not, but I think it's really
Yeah,
going
for
to
sure.
help out that community.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
it's more for me. It's more a sequencer. So it's only for sequencing more than a piano roll, no, like the Fruity Loops piano roll, no.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like
Yeah.
making a piano only that picking the cube, no. But I'm making the same as you. Huh? I make my track of drum, my track of bass, my track of, and I copy paste. So with resample, no, and it's better because you can make an
Mm-hmm.
effect, no, like one track with you beat with one effect,
Yeah.
you resample it with other effect, no, and
Hmm.
and it's really like some layering, no, you can put some layer. The only problem is the memory of of the iPhone, because not all the time resample. Uh,
Hmm.
Yeah.
now the project I'm bigger, no, bigger than the before the update, no. I'm seeing like five more,
Yeah.
um, no, it's the way, but it's so good, no, the resample. We
Yeah.
have Tatsumaki with us. What's up, Tatsumaki?
Hey, what up?
Lugo, Telly, Rem, tell me all your secrets, and I mean everything. Oh, Tatsumaki, you have a lot of secret too. Okay,
Right?
to share each other. Okay, we have a spam guy. Okay, man, what's up? Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's alive. Okay, and the auto shop is really cool.
Mhm.
But I'm not really a auto shop guy. So I love to make my
See, I'm the opposite.
yeah. You
Mhm.
opposite. You yeah. You love the auto shop, Lugo.
Uh, I am. Auto Shop was the feature that I want. Yeah, Auto Shop was the feature that I was most anticipating, and it's only because
Yeah.
and I love the new Auto Chop. Um, so the way that you can chop where it's the lazy function, right?
Yeah, that's my
And
favorite.
you don't have to press play. Yeah, you don't have to press play. I almost wish I had my iPad. I wish I could show you, but there's a gray bar that's underneath the WAV file. So how it's set up with that window is you can press play and then press the marker bar as it's playing. You don't even need to do that. You can place your fingers anywhere on the gray bar that's underneath the waveform at any
Yeah,
point where you want to chop, and it'll add a slice and just keep going down the line. That to me, that is the best and easiest auto chop feature I've seen from any program anywhere.
Mhm.
The fact that you can touch phone and chop, and it's just like that. It's so quick. I love it. And so I
Yes,
don't know.
that.
I'm big on chopping up samples, and I've always looked for the best way to do it. In fact, I was using Koala with my MPC, only because it was so much easier to chop. Now it's incredibly easy to chop, and I don't know. I have nothing but excellent things, great things to say about the auto chop. It's the my favorite feature. Time stretching is something that I wasn't excited about. But how do you guys feel about the time stretching?
but
I
we
honestly,
yeah.
I will say honestly, I didn't think I was gonna like the. I don't do auto chopping very often, but the lazy chop function is like is the best. It's like a Serato because I use Serato, so
Yeah,
it's kind of the same type of thing. You know what I mean? Um, but the time stretching, I also wasn't really like too worried about
yeah,
it or excited about it, but like I use that a lot now. Like the beaded time stretch is probably my favorite. It's got some crazy sounds on it, but I've been using that like crazy.
Yeah. It's for all, no. I people a lot of
yeah,
people speak about the pocket operators. A lot of that Marek make happy all the people. No,
Mhm.
he tried because a lot of time, a lot of complaint can't make happy
Yeah.
everyone. No, it's impossible. Uh, but it's really like this. No, Lugo. It's so no excited with the auto shop. No, some people very excited with the piano roll. So is like what's
yeah,
user friendly. No, user friendly is like this. No, you need for all the user. No, and sometimes no. It's what I don't love and lost down, no, and it's really techniques and hard, no, to use, no, uh,
Mhm.
and like I don't know, no, it's not really user friendly. So it's really for engineer, no,
Some
and
of them, yeah, I feel like them.
yeah.
I am all this that on Koala every day is like no more easy to user, no, for my daughter, also, my 10 years old, she can make a bit more
Yeah.
easy than ever.
I'm
No?
surprised. I'm surprised how intuitive it is. Like, I mean, not for myself, but for even for like just mentioning that for kids. I was watching somebody's Instagram video today, and their kid was just making a mean little drum pattern on the koala, and I was like, he was probably like a kid that looked like he was 5 years old, and I was like, see, like if a little kid can figure it out, like this thing is amazing. You know what I mean? So easy, so fun to use, and like getting into a nice workflow into it is really it's easy. It's easy. You get really comfortable with it. Honestly, it's I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. We have Tatsuzumaki. Lugo, what's your ways of integrating your Koala with MPC? I want to implement my 1K into my workflow, but Koala is so gangster now. I don't know what to use it for. You can read the message if you want. Maybe better read the accent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm seeing it. Yeah, um, the sequencer in the MPC is my favorite sequencer. Um, I'll never give up. If you gravitate towards a piano roll, okay, then I can see why you wouldn't want the MPC. But the tactile hands-on feature with the MPC sequencer. And so what I was doing was I was MIDI. I was using MIDI between my phone or my iPad to my MPC. Then I would map out all the 16 pads from my MPC to the 16 slots in Koala, all the way up to 64 in some cases. So then I was using the sequencer in the MPC to sequence those slots in Koala. Then I would come up with that loop, resample that loop as a 1 bar loop, and then just keep moving on like that. It's also really good. The MT, what you can do is mute tracks and solo tracks. So if you have all your drums on track 1 in the MPC, you can mute your drums and the sequence playback, and then only have your samples that you're
That's
chopped or whatever, or your bass line or whatever.
yeah.
Also, the MPC, the MPC is still the best way to if you have a lot of hardware synths like I do. It's still the best way to sequence your hardware synths via MIDI. So then you can record those into Koala directly, and then just sort of have everything and advantage of that MPC sequencer. I mean, it's so easy to come up with full songs on the MPC. But like I said, it took me about 20 years to get really good at the MPC sequencer. There's a lot of uses for the 1000 and Koala, and the bridge is MIDI. You should be MIDI those together. I'm using Bluetooth MIDI now. I'm using the CME Witty Bud or Witty Master.
Woody Master, okay.
So it's cableless. Now I can have a cableless connection between my MPC and the Koala. It's great.
Okay, great. Okay, Tatsumaki. Okay, I gotta explore that. Okay, great, Tatsumaki. Okay, you don't use a standalone sampler, Telly, no? You only on machine.
I have a 404, but I don't use
Okay,
it. I don't use it very much, honestly. I just got it like this last year, so I haven't had it for very long. But I don't use it too much, except to like I run my audio through it for some effects and stuff. I mean I use it. I need to use it more, honestly. I did because once I got Koala, I just got so comfortable with that. I was like, man, I don't even need this anymore. But I need to use it more, honestly.
yeah. I understand. I understand you. I have mine here, and
Yeah.
she collect the dust.
But I'm mostly a dog guy. Like I started with dogs back in the day, so that's why I'm
Yeah,
like I think I'm the most comfortable with that for sure.
yeah. In machine, you're doing a lot
Mm.
of great beat, no?
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, machine is it's a good it's really a good like emulator, no, of sampler hardware sampler, no. uh, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I never fall in love with the workflow on the native instrument, no.
Hmm.
It's no, it's like Akai, you know, it's really, you know, cold. I don't know, I don't know. I never really the thing, no. But
Yeah.
you know,
I think.
Federico. So Derek, before,
Oh,
yeah,
I was just gonna say. I think what I fell in love with originally was just like the sounds of it, like the quality of the sounds back in the day when it first came out. And then a couple of my friends had it, so then I think it was just around. Honestly, I used to be a Reason guy. That was like my what I used to use back in the day.
yeah. I know. Federico, what's up, Federico? Koala would need a solo button in the piano roll. Yeah, it's a good feature too. Because a solo, you know, to only work on the beat, on the melody. Yeah, maybe,
Yeah,
Hmm.
you
yeah.
know, but it's on the list of Marek, no? This type of
Right?
list of wishes, no? Yeah. It's good.
So what?
Tatsumaki, yeah,
My the
yes, Lugo.
my workaround for soloing out pads. My workaround for that was to just copy and paste the sequence, hit the clear button on everything I didn't want. Right. So if I wanted the drum soloed, I would clear out all the samples. I'd clear out all the bass lines, and then go back to the original sequence, copy and paste over again, and solo out all the samples, get rid of the drums and the bass lines, and then and basically stem out all my tracks just using copy and paste and the clear function. That a solo button would be nice. It would be one button to rule them all, but you don't need it. Yeah, you definitely don't need it. It only takes a couple of seconds to do that process.
Yeah,
and then from that point, what you would do with your soloed out tracks is just export the sequences, and that's they have stems for your songs. I don't know what else people want though. They keep asking for more. I don't.
Seriously.
I think if Koala gets any more.
It's gonna take all the creativity.
I don't know. I just think it'll be fun if there's more feedback,
Yeah. Thanks, Lugo. Thanks, Lugo. Say Federico. Thanks to you, Federico, to be here. Tatsumaki, ask you, Lugo. Does that work with Android? The tips of the MPC, and it has you if it's work on Android.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So there are a couple of apps for Android that will allow you to do Bluetooth MIDI, but you don't need that. What you would need is like you would need one of these. Your USB. Oh, I'm trying to find camera. USB to MIDI. Adapter.
Okay.
And then you would need I wonder if I still have that. Then hold on, wait, really quick.
What's up, Ontelio? We have Ontelio. What's up, Telly?
What up, homie?
It's an OTG. It's an on-the-go cable for your Android. So you would just pair these two together, and then you can MIDI your MPC with easily.
Okay.
And by the way, if you use MIDI with Android, you get rid of the latency. It's latency free, pretty much. I think you get about 0.8 seconds of latency, which is really good for Android. So that's how you would do it. Get a USB to MIDI adapter, and then get a OTG, and that's it. I don't know if I'm showing it right, but yeah.
Great. Yeah. We promise some tips and tricks. The people have some. Yeah, great, Lugo. Thank you. Yes. Every time people want to make to have more feature, but you can change the people thinking, no, that it's like this, no, but the perfect thing no doesn't exist, no exist, no exist for the perfect thing. But Koala is really near to the perfection. Right now, I can use other application, because it's really a pleasure, no, to make a beat, no. It's so easy, no. It's wow, no. I need time now. It's what I need, no, more time. It's the problem. Because it's really hard, no.
Exactly.
Same as you, no, Telly, because you all the week, no, you upload a lot of project on your Bandcamp, no. Please grab a copy on the Bandcamp of Telly Mclean. A lot of tape every week, no, every week.
Yeah, no, that was basically me just trying to force myself to work on it more and learn it, honestly, because I kind of put it down for a little bit, but since the beginning of the year, I think I put it down. I've made maybe like 6 beats on my machine, and I made probably like 20 something on Koala. So yeah, I love it a lot, man. It's comfortable to use, man. I'm saying like it's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I just got the AUM and the fly tape too. So doing that together is like it's a whole nother level.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I want to ask you a question, okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you use of type of EQ and effect on your chain on IUM? On the last video, I see is the direct effect of IUM the effect you use on the chain, or it's
Yeah, it was just the parametric EQ. I think it's I mean that's basically what I do. So when I throw the I'll upload Koala basically, and then the first couple things on my chain are usually the EQs, just to kind of either get rid of like crazy harsh notes or mostly to boost the low end. I usually like to do that. Um, and then I put like a saturator on it. Sometimes I've been experimenting with a couple different things, but I do like a saturation on it, or sometimes the hard clipper just to kind of see what that does. But the saturation is really nice. That's my favorite. And then I throw the fly tape on the post,
okay.
so you could kind of so it's basically yeah, it's the fly tape, and then I'll do a limiter after that. I believe. Yeah, that's how I do it.
And for example, the loudness of your bass, because it's really the kick and the bass all
Mm,
the time. So they sound really loud, no?
yeah.
And it's with fly tape or it's some with your EQ.
I do a
Uh,
lot of it. Honestly, is in Koala. Is
okay.
the AUM is just to kind of boost it, and honestly, I usually do a lot of subtractive EQing on that. But yeah, I do that in Koala. So it's like I just did that little video like tip on Instagram where I layer my kicks a lot, and that I get a lot of my low end from that, and then um basically I do. I mean, I put compression on. I used to put a lot of compression on it, and I found that kind of squished it too much, like squashes it too much. So I just put a little bit of compression at the end, and I think that's
Mhm.
honestly that's where I get a lot most of my low end from there. Because like I said, the AUM is just to boost it a little bit. I mean, like a dB or two, like not even that much. But yeah, I mean, I just uh it's the tone. I changed the tone on my kicks. That's basically where it comes from, honestly, because you can basically concentrate it in that very bottom end, and it just booms nicely.
Yeah, but it's really really I really love the loudness of
Mm.
the low frequencies. It's really really good. Good. Thanks, Telly.
Thank you.
Answer my first question. Question for you too. Telly, when you work on Koala, where are you usually? At the desk, nature, train, lunch break. It's my man Tatsumaki.
Oh man.
Ask you the
Oh
question.
yeah, I see it right here. I mean anywhere. Mostly, a lot of times I'm in my car, or probably should have said this, but a lot of times I'm at work.
Mhm.
I have I have free time at work a lot right now. So a lot of times I'm at work, or I mean in my car, or I think I go on bike rides a lot, and I'll just chill out for a good minute, like just looking at the ocean and stuff. That's one of my favorite spots to go to, honestly, because I'm in the Bay Area, so I'm pretty close to the ocean. Yeah, man, nature's always a good one. It's always tight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And you, Lugo, usually when you use where do you use you Koala?
Oh man, I, I usually do it on my lunch breaks at work. So that's me sitting behind a building somewhere, smoking a cigarette and working working the koala. I wish I was out in nature. Boy, I wish I could just go on a hike in the mountains in the desert and make some beats. But that day will come, and koala will be.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Is the problem no is the worst enemy of the wife and the boss of the office no because
Man.
now you can make a beat. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Life gets in the way.
yeah. No life, no life. Only making beat,
Man,
no. Uh, Lugo, yeah, no, not the same again.
I'm so busy. I'm so busy when I'm at work. I mean,
Okay.
I'm so busy when I'm at work that I always want to slack off and I always want to work on beats, but a customer will show up or I'm working on something or I got to send an email, blah blah blah, and I'm just
You
for
can't
eight
focus
hours,
on it.
and I get a half an hour on my lunch break and I just go at it. Yeah. Or but usually, I mean, so beat making usually isn't it isn't all just pressing the pads and everything. For me, it's a lot of researching for samples, looking for
Mm-hmm.
samples. So on my bike ride, let's say to work, I'll be hunting for samples. And then if I have in the background, I work at a place that repairs stereos, right? Home stereo. So there's always music going on. So I have a coworker who just collects nothing but old jazz records, really bad like elevator type jazz. Anyways, that shit is really good to sample. So I'll go and I'll just put a record on. I'm like, and I'll just look for samples. So I mean, I guess that's how I'm getting away with it at work. But usually, if I find a good sample while I'm working, that lunch break, I'll go flip that sample. So it's kind of I guess it's a win-win, right? But man, I wish I was out in nature. I wish I was out by the ocean like you, Telly. I wish I could just go and look at some waves and make some waves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice.
Imagine the people, the viewers, who don't know what we speak about, no. I'm on lunch break in my with my koala, no. The people say it's crazy, this man, no. What did he speak about lunch break and koala, no? Imagine, no, if people they come to Twitch and they say, what? What are they talking about? No, and koala is an application sampler. Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
saying people.
yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about that. No, lunch break and koala. So, do you hit some some koala? Poor koala. Okay,
uh,
okay. Um, it, I have a question. This week, my man Daniel Taylor lost a lot of his beats for a problem of storage. Uh, have you tips? For example, telling you to store your beats more secure, to don't lost your files.
I mean, so the only thing I can do is to export them, export them as soon
Yeah.
as possible. That's what I do. I don't really care. I probably keep my beats
Yeah.
in the Koala in my phone probably for about 4 or 5 days. I try to
Mhm.
export them pretty fast, and then that way they're on my computer, and I could either work on them there, or they're on my phone still as like a file, and then I could either throw it in AUM and work on it if I want to. But because I delete those original Koala files pretty fast. I just because it takes up space, and I got a lot. I got a lot of other stuff on my phone, so I can't really afford to have it. And then I started doing the stemming thing, which is the thing that I didn't realize until maybe like a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, I'm hella done. And then so now I started exporting like kind of stemmed out tracks of it. So I'll have like drums and my samples and stuff. So if there's anything that I want to change or correct, I can know. Oh, I have it. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing that I do for it. Is just kind of keep it organized.
Yeah, yeah, but when you lost everything, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really really bad. And,
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
it sucks, man. I think I did that early on in Koala when I had it. I lost all of my stuff because my phone just crashed and went crazy and had to reinstall the app, and then I lost everything.
Yeah,
And then that's when I started doing that.
yeah,
I was like, I just got to get these out of here as soon as possible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Remember the floppy disk?
yeah.
It was the same when you was on your bedroom, no, and
Oh
you
yeah.
piece.
Who was that? Was that I feel like I heard somebody in the Twitter group say that too. Was that what's his name? Danny Bravo?
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
Di
yeah,
Bravo.
yeah. That
Yeah,
was who it was. Yeah,
mm,
man. If he's listening right now, man, yeah, just
I feel
get him.
so bad
Just got to
for
get
him.
those things out of there.
I feel so bad for
Uh,
him. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So it's so
it
bad.
happens, man.
I
Hey, just you get to remake all those beats over again. Think about it like that. And make them even better.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it.
And
It
you,
kind of
Lugo,
sucks though.
Do you use iCloud, or what do you use to
Yeah,
the storage?
I do. I do. Yeah. So yeah, I've speaking of floppy disks, I came from that era. My old MPC 2000, I used to do nothing but floppy disks. That was painful. It was painful to sit there and wait for them to load. It was like you would pray to the beat making gods every time you had to save one, and then you would make a copy of that floppy and pray as well. And then one of those two would definitely be good. And then my
Oh,
floppy drive finally died, and that's when I got the GoTech USB floppy emulator. But I'm still using my 2000 Classic all the time. That is primarily what I do. So how I'm saving my Koala files is a little bit of both. So what I'll do is I'll get the sounds that I like in Koala. I'll pitch them up, send them to the MPC Classic, and
I
pitch down in the
know.
Classic. So then it'll sound nice and
Yeah,
crispy, right? You can only
yeah.
get that sound from the MPC. So now I have a hard copy my MPC, but then I'll go into the Files app and then back everything up to iCloud. So I'll never I hate losing beats, man. I spent like 10 years losing beats. And now I really now I have enough beats where I can lose some beats. I don't. I wouldn't mind redoing those beats again. The one that I lost. I just don't remember what I sampled, man.
Yeah, that's the only problem, right? I'm saying
Yeah,
it's like you go through some of these samples, you're like, man, what was that? I know it was dope.
yeah. We have a friend, no, Federico, Floppy Nightmare.
I have a
Uh,
Yes, Lugo.
I still have a shoebox. I have a shoebox full of floppy disks, and I have no way
Jeez.
to get that shoebox of floppy disks back into my MPC. So I think I might buy a floppy disk reader for my 2000 and import all of those old files in, and maybe I'll find some magic, but I don't think so. I don't know. Those beats were kind of weak back in the floppy days, man. But yeah, floppy nightmare indeed, man. Never floppies, and you can't find them. You can't find good ones anymore. The ones that you get now are kind of sketchy, man. Oh, and don't even get me started on zip disks, dude. Zip disks were God. Dude, I lost so much good stuff. I lost so much good stuff because my zip disk fried. It just died one day and it never worked. And then I stupidly unplugged it from the
Dang.
back of my MPC and it blew that internal fuse. So now my SCSI just doesn't work with anything.
So,
I found a workaround, but never zip disks either, man. Zip disks were the worst. Floppies, no, man. Let's back everything up into iCloud. Just everything you
yeah.
do, spend a day because it's really not that much of a hassle. And yeah, what does it cost? Like $1 or two a month to have iCloud, or $5 if you want like the 20 gigs or something like that. But it's worth it. It's worth it because I know the average app music app user on iOS buys about 14 cents every month that they're never going to use, or like some compressor that they're never going to use, or maybe once or twice. And we're always buying apps. Why not just spend a couple of dollars a month for your storage, man? That is way more important than some sort of visual spectral blah blah, phase inverter. No, who cares? You don't need that effect, man. That ain't what people use
Yeah,
normally. So yeah, it's very important to back up your stuff.
yeah. But I'm thinking a lot of a son say you for like rebel, no, to be rebel, no. I don't pay Apple. I pay expensive phone. I don't need the iCloud, no. But yeah, you are,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's like a contract, But for sure, it's so bad today to lost all your data. So it's really bad with hard drive. It will happen, no? With your PC, it could happen. And the only solution is to back up with the cloud. It's a good thing, no? But it's the same. Android say, I use my extension, no, my SD, no. But it's the same. You SD sometimes you you can lose everything, no. Yes, it's expensive, but like you say, no, Lugo. Sometimes people buy a lot of a coffee, a bad coffee from the store, no, the grocery store. So
Every day.
better water, no, some
Yeah.
water. Take some water and buy you. I don't want to make some hat for Apple. Maybe, yeah, Apple. If you hear it, if you want to make a sponsorship, I want. We want a sponsorship, Apple. Very good. you know yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the technology save a lot of this type of problem. I remember it was like one time it was the floppy, one time it was the only you piece, you broke the floppy, no, with you when you
Mhm.
work on it, no, it's some kind of thing, no. And the computer, I lost all my data from a PC, no. Some you one day,
Yep.
and
Yeah, back up your computers too.
yeah,
I learned
yeah,
that
yeah.
the hard way too.
It's like the producer nightmare, no? Like the producer nightmare. When I heard,
It's like a rite of passage. I feel like at this point, it's like it happens to everybody. If it hasn't happened to you, you haven't been producing for long enough
if we make a Halloween special Bitcast, it's like now
yet.
this type of story, no? One day I lost all my files, no? So
Yeah,
it's the worst nightmare for every producer, no?
I'm saying, yeah, it happens, man.
Okay, Lugo, do you have a little tips, for example, for how do you make your final mix? Like I said, like as asked to Telly, no? Do
Final
you
mix.
use Q? Do you use, or it's really only you pass to the main PC and you go back to the MPC, back and forth, or really, what is your final touch?
Yeah, yeah. So
Can you?
it's real. It's really kind of convoluted, but yeah. So everything starts out now with the with Koala. So everything's starting out with Koala, and then I'm sending those sounds to the NPC, sequencing in the NPC, and then combining the sequences with the sounds in Koala, resampling each track from the NPC onto a pad in Koala. Then I'm exporting those either to Cubasis or Ableton. And so if I have a lot of time, I'll use Ableton. I'm just used to that. I love the routing that you can do in Ableton. And the effects are just, they're great. I love mixing in Ableton. Hate composing in Ableton, which is weird because that's what it's set up for. But anyways, Cubasis I use because it's very similar to a traditional DAW where it just has that linear timeline. So I kind of get into mixing a little bit better on Cubasis. It just reminds me of a DAW that's on my phone while I'm at lunch, But that's about it. I mean, um, I tried to use AUM for mixing, um, and that is cool. It's very modular. You can route tracks into other tracks, and it kind of works a lot like Ableton in that way, where you can put like all of your drum stems or whatever through one effects bus. That's cool. But I never feel like I can finish a track in AUM. So that's why I stick to the more DAW like stuff like Cubasis and Ableton.
Okay. For example, and you do you know what I'm doing a lot of for the lofi effect. I use it. I export my track. I mix them, and I pass it like a file in a file player on IUM
Mhm.
directly on Lowfly
Mm-hmm.
Dirt, and to make the sound, no, like a little more warm, no? And I use like this. I really like really lazy. I bought record. I made my setting on low fly dirt, and it's my final touch AUM. But for the best part of AUM is really for syncing and other application. No? But I have some problem. I don't know
Yeah.
if you use it, but with for example with Core Gadget, I have the Module Pro, of Core, the key, the Module Pro, and it's really bad. No, the synchronization. I can record really good at the same time on Koala and. I'm really, yeah. I have some complaint. Where is the Marek on the company? We need a man a man
Yeah.
who work. No,
Yeah.
no.
I
Look
haven't.
at
I
face.
haven't. I've been wanting to use the mini mug app on it. I haven't actually went around because like I use it a lot, like in conjunction with it. Like well, obviously not together, but like I'll use it for like little one shots. But I haven't pulled it up on AUM together. I don't know if it has like latency issues or anything like that. Honestly, I should. I need to.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Okay, for sure.
In fact, I mostly use AUM to bounce synth sounds into Koala. And how you do
Okay.
that in AUM, I don't know if you know this, but you can set up a mix bus, and so you can have like 7 synths or whatever going into mix bus A, and then set up an audio track in AUM to receive mix bus A, and then put Koala in the first effect slot, right?
Oh,
And so everything going through mix bus A will then go into Koala. So
Oh,
you
okay.
can
I
basically
gotta.
set up
Message you about
your whole
this.
AUM
How's that?
session.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's
I mean,
really
I feel like I
so.
understand what you're saying, but
And
I
you
haven't
know,
like messed with the buses
Koala
too
and
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Lugo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
finish
ahead.
I
What
mean,
Lugo.
were you saying?
Yeah, finish Lugo.
well, here, what I mean,
Ah,
I could show you. It's pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah, if
It's
you
like,
want to.
let's see if I can. No,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
pretty.
yeah.
can't. Okay,
How
I
to
can. All
focus?
right,
Yeah.
all right. Hold
Okay.
It
on.
looks decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
So
decent.
let's
Yeah.
see here.
Let me
Yeah.
if I can make a
Well,
zoom.
all right. So
Let me see. Look, it's better. I
right,
make like a
Oh,
zoom.
nice.
exactly.
It's three of us.
So
That's kind of cool.
so then you would go into, and I'm trying to not get
Okay. No.
okay. So audio,
Yeah. Better.
boom, boom,
There
boom,
you go.
audio. All right, audio.
Yes.
God, I'm trying.
You on it?
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can put in whatever. You can put whatever, but then you can go output into uh, mix bus. Then choose mix bus A,
Gotcha.
right? So then you add another track. Then you go audio. Then your input is going to be mix bus A, and then your first effect slot is going to be Koala,
Koala. Okay,
right?
gotcha,
And so
gotcha.
then you go into Koala. Yeah, you go into Koala, and you go into. Hold on, I had something I was working on. Then you go into not import, but record from. Oh, here. Boom. Yeah, so it's gonna go IAA. I don't know if you can see
I
that,
can't see it. What is it? Oh, sorry.
but the input, it says the input's supposed to say inter app audio IAA, right? So
Okay.
then everything that goes through Mixbus A will just be routed directly into Koala. So then you can just go
Gotcha.
crazy, and you can add whatever synth you want. Then you can use your then you
Then the
can use
mini
gadget,
mug, yeah, mini
right?
mug or
You
whatever.
can
Any other
import,
scene.
yeah, or
Yeah.
mini mode, yeah. Or like I said, I usually use Gadget or Poison 202 or something.
Yeah.
All of those can be routed directly into Koala, and then all you would do is just press the pad in Koala. Now, this is my iPad Air 1, but if you have anything that's running iOS 13 or above, you can go split screen mode. So then you can just drag Koala up from your, you can drag Koala up, and then you'll have access to pressing a pad. I don't know if you can see that, but then you'll have access to like pressing a pad.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's kind of glitchy now.
I retry. Dang.
Yeah, so yeah. So then you can play whatever you need to play, press a pad and it'll just record it. That's probably the quickest way
we gotta
get your
figure out how to
sounds,
get these
your different synth sounds in.
We gotta figure out how to get the screens, how to stream the screens. You know what I mean? That way we can just do a whole thing like that.
It's what we're talking about now.
I have a couple of I have a couple of videos explaining exactly how to do that on my YouTube.
I mean, you explained it well right there, so I pretty much understand it. But I'm gonna check those either way though. But yeah, thank you, man. Hell yeah! For some reason, I just kind of started messing with it, so I haven't really like dug too deep into the AUM. But that was the next thing I was gonna tackle was like how to bus with it and like how to create buses with it and stuff. Hell yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Thank you.
I will put the link of your YouTube channel on the description on the YouTube on the replay. I will put you the link for the viewers who want to go to see all the tutorial video. Amazing video that you have on your channel. I want to ask you another question, please. For example, do you make the mastering only on mobile device, or you use your computer to make the mastering, or the really final, or the final? I don't know.
Yeah. So for the final arrangement, let's say the final arrangement of the beat, I can either do that in Koala or Cubasis, and I like Cubasis because it has that traditional workflow where it's slice here, move this part over there, and it's very easy to do that in Cubasis. Not so much in AUM. And then from there, when I want to do the final mixing and mastering, I'll like I said, I'll probably go to Ableton if I'm at home. If I'm not at home and I'm on the go, I'll use Cubasis. And then there's is it Final Edit? I think it's Final Edit. It's an app that's a mastering app. I'll either use that or I'll use
Final Touch. No,
I'll use that or I'll use
Final Touch. No,
and Final Touch. Yeah, that's useful, and it usually gets you where you need to go. Not always. And like I said, to do a final mastering, I'll send it over to Lander. That's an online service. You got to pay for it, but it's also a distribution service. So if I want to publish my stuff to Spotify or Google Music or whatever, they also do distribution services there, and you can work out. Then you're getting the music industry portion of it. You got to work out copyrights and deals and splits and all that shit. But Lander is a good tool for somebody who doesn't want to hire a mastering engineer.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Final Touch is one of the all the time the people speak about Final Touch. I have it, but I don't. No, I don't. I prefer Ozone. So I don't know. It's more easy to mix an Ozone for me. Really, to Final Touch. No, and it's really my problem is the final. So I can't make really all downless. I need to experiment and check more that, no, because I still on the DAW at the final. And you, Telly, no, all on your mobile, also nothing on the DAW the final.
No, I don't. I mean, do take them out of my phone, and I do all my final stuff in like I used to do it just in like GarageBand, but I recently got Logic finally, so I do it in that. But I mean, just EQing and then just the final kind of basically just mixing it down. So like I said, I'll do the stems, and then I'll just kind of have the mix. I'll mix them down, EQ them, and then balance them how I want, and then and turn them up basically. I mean, but I do that all on the computer. Yeah, I can't get the same sound on the phone. I don't know. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to figure out how to do it with AUM, but I haven't got the same results as when I bounce it out and do it on my computer. I have a lot more control over it. So I still do it. I still do it that way. It's I want to get the best sound out of it. So even if it seems like a lot of extra stuff, people say it. I mean, it is like an extra day or two of work, honestly, because mixing a whole, you know what I mean? But it matters to me. So
yeah. But yeah, all the time now the people speak about downless, but for example, I love the view no on the computer is more easy that to work on the final for the equalization. So it's better.
I try to use my ears as much as possible for sure, but
yeah.
I mean, but it's just the tools are there. I have, I have my Fab 5 filter limiters and my EQs and everything. So it's just if there's anything precise that I need to do, I can do it. So, but yeah, I mean, I try to use my ears for sure. I usually close my eyes and I'll try to like hear what I have to do before I try to make a decision.
I understand you. Yeah. It's really incredible. No, the workflow of Koala on the user. No, a lot of people make like this. Other people like this. We can share the same application, but with really a lot of other feature. No. Because when you saw the SP, for example, is really all the time is like people speak about the SP. No, but really it's making music. No, you can use what you want. No, some people you can use machine. You can use it's music at the end. No, and it's what I love with you guys in this group. It's not like who got the best. App who got the best sampler. No, it's really about making music, and like now, no, sharing knowledge, sharing skills. It's really my idea. No, you are on the first Koala Beatcast tip centrics. I'm thinking is really important too. No, the sharing every
Yeah, for
kind of
sure. Huh?
no, and we can more we can increase the quality, the skills, and helping each other. No,
Yeah,
uh, and Lugo. People need to go to see to videos on the YouTube channel. You
yeah. I
make
need to go peep
tutorial
those.
very clear, uh, easy for all, even if you don't speak English. It's really
They're
because
kind.
it's really clear.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're understandable.
Yeah, yeah,
They're kind of long. They're kind of long. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the fact
It's
that they
like
turn into 17 minutes. I didn't mean to, but I just want to fully explain, like step by step,
it's good though.
what it's going to take for somebody to accomplish that task.
Yeah,
And I was trying to send you, Remy. I was trying to send you a tutorial on how to sync the Koala to Korg Volcas, because
okay.
there's the pocket operator sync out now, but Korg Volcas uses the same sync code as the pocket operators.
Oh
So
yeah,
if so I'm going to do a video of that. Really, I already shot that video, but I couldn't get it under 1 minute. Every time I tried really hard to get it under 1 minute, and it just in order to show people step by step, it took me about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Was the closest I
yeah.
can get it, and it was still
You
too long. So,
it's my fault, man.
but I'll
It's
let
my
you know on the
fault.
video.
I say just do it in 2 parts, and then just make it a
Yeah,
2 minute video.
yeah. Every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
I ask you something at the end, so at the last moment, no, it's it's my Mexican part. Sorry for my Mexican. You know, I'm not like this, but I'm really like this. You know, I'm living and until the end. I'm making everything. Okay,
He said
sorry,
it's the
sorry.
Mexican side of me.
Yeah, it's my fault. I lost all my French habits. Yeah, it's yeah, it's so bad. No, I know, but sorry for my Mexican. No, my wife, my wife is good to no, she's not like this. Um, um, Thank you guys. It was a very a good moment for the first. You were yeah. I lost my English. You was here for the first Telly and Lugo, the two both of you, you are here for the first Tips and Tricks Beatcast.
Yeah.
I hope we can make more. Maybe with more preparation. No, maybe Lugo, not not asking you the video at the end, but people, you need to know I'm trying a lot of new platform of new streaming service, and it's really hard to find a good setup. Okay, and I'm trying. Thank you.
Yeah.
For being here and for all the people who are here. Federico, thank you, Federico. Federico say, what's a game changer? The sync feature. I will the move with my Volcas and monologue. Yeah, I know you're a hardware man. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we made it for the first Bitcaps tips and tricks. You need to go. Grab your copy on Bandcamp of my man Telly Mclean. And you, Lugo, your music? Have you music on Bandcamp or on?
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Beats by Lugo.
Okay, Beats by
Yeah,
Lugo
yeah.
on
Beats by
Bandcamp.
Lugo at Bandcamp. Yes.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. And all all the link and the description of the video. Uh, thank you guys. See
Thank you for
you.
having us, man. Appreciate it.
See you. We are on the Facebook group. I send you a message. Telly, thank you. Lugo, thank
Thank
you.
both of you guys. Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Later.
thank you. Bye.